What are the criteria for POW status in IHL? Have you ever wondered what it takes for someone to be recognized as a prisoner of war under international humanitarian law? This is a vital topic that helps us understand the protections afforded to combatants during armed conflicts. Let's break down the criteria for obtaining prisoner of war status as outlined in the Third Geneva Convention. First, membership in armed forces or organized armed groups is key. Regular armed forces of a party to the conflict automatically qualify as prisoners of war if captured. Members of militias or volunteer corps that are part of the armed forces also receive this status. Now, for those in organized resistance movements, there are specific conditions to meet. They must be commanded by someone responsible for their actions. They also need to carry a fixed distinctive sign that is recognizable from a distance, like a uniform or emblem. Additionally, they must carry arms openly during military engagements and conduct their operations according to the laws and customs of war. Next, we have civilians who accompany the armed forces. Certain individuals, such as war correspondents, supply contractors, or medical personnel, may also qualify for prisoner of war status. However, they need to be authorized and carry proper identification. It's also important to note who does not qualify. Spies and mercenaries are excluded from receiving prisoner of war status. Civilians who take direct part in hostilities without meeting the established criteria are treated differently under the law. If there is any doubt about someone's status, they must be presumed to be a prisoner of war until a competent tribunal decides otherwise. Once someone is recognized as a prisoner of war, they are entitled to legal protections. They must be treated humanely and with respect, regardless of their race, religion, nationality, or political opinions. Importantly, they cannot be punished just for taking part in hostilities but may face prosecution for war crimes. Reprisals against prisoners of war are strictly prohibited. Prisoners of war are subject to the laws of the detaining power but are entitled to specific protections under the Third Geneva Convention. When hostilities come to an end, they must be released and repatriated without delay. These criteria ensure that lawful combatants and certain associated persons receive the necessary protection under international humanitarian law. This distinction is vital for safeguarding the rights of combatants and civilians during times of conflict. Understanding these rules helps us appreciate the efforts made to maintain humanity even in the darkest of times.